Alrighty, welcome back to the Gas Souls podcast. I believe it was episode 23. We're a day late, but it kind of works out. My CPU died the day we were going to record, and then Texas is still going on. I can't believe it's Wednesday, and it's still like they're still on lap 52 or some shit.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Boyer's been leading since Sunday, so dominant performance from Boyer.
Yeah.
I hope they get it in. I have a hurricane. Well, it's going to be a tropical storm when it gets here. So,
Yeah, and there are two of them or some shit brewing up.
I don't know. I've got my eye on this one. I've been through a tropical storm once before, but I was actually in Florida. It made landfall while we were down there, and that was pretty cool. I'm a weather nerd, so I think this is pretty cool. But damn, that thing's going to have some steam if it's still a tropical storm by the time it gets to me. So schools are already being canceled. Things are being shut down, which I don't understand.
Damn.
I feel bad for kids these days because there's no more like weather days. They just call them digital learning days where I guess they'll do everything on Zoom. But the whole reason they're doing it is threat of power outages. So, I mean, I don't know, like if people's power's out, their internet's probably out too. I don't know how they expect these kids to be on Zoom tomorrow, but whatever. I don't care. I'm going to be out on my front porch watching shit blow around when it makes landfall here tonight. Or I guess it's already made landfall, but it'll, when it gets up here tonight, I'll be outside watching.
Oh, right on. That'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about, while we wait for Texas to resume, we'll talk about the other two series. There's plenty of shit to talk about, man. Who knew, man? Texas ended up being pretty interesting for both Xfinity and trucks. While the track is pretty stupid, I was sitting there at least watching the Xfinity. I couldn't do when I first started watching. I guess it was what was first, the Xfinity race.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe the difference in like the sticky PJ1 shit they put down and then the actual track. Like holy shit! It looks like somebody took a giant like permanent marker and just drew on the corners. It's crazy how dark it was. Obviously, it's rained a little bit since then, but. Yeah, it kind of made things interesting because they were using a little bit of it, but I think the one thing that I like, the one redeeming quality I like watching about Texas is how narrow the groove is, and especially with like the Xfinity cars where they don't have a lot of side force, you get a lot of like loose situations, I guess, when you guys got when they get to pinch at each other, even in the trucks too. But you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, there were so many oh shit moments through two on restarts. I think it was Allgaier had one or two of them.
Yeah.
Cindric almost had one in 3 and 4. There's the one where Chastain, and I guess there was Chastain and Allgaier that time. And then Chastain hung a left because he was mad the whole field got the back straightaway. But Texas, like I'm torn on it because we've only really seen the new Texas since Cup's been shitty. And granted, I don't think it's a great track. I think we just got lucky with Xfinity and trucks this weekend. But I don't think it's as bad. I think most tracks that get a bad rap now are like even worse. They're elevated into like the shitty section just because of the Cup package.
Yeah, no, you're totally right about that. That's the only reason why Texas, I think, sucks mostly is because that's exactly what the Cup Series needs is a multi-groove track, and that is exactly what Texas isn't. So, but once again, it kind of works out. I'm always a big fan of just like driver tracks. You know, that's really hard to drive. You really gotta, and I'm not saying Texas is one of them, but it's hard when you throw 2 grooves of cars out there for only really like 1.5 grooves. It kind of reminds me of Indy almost. That was always I really enjoyed watching the Cup cars go around there with the other package because they didn't have a lot of side force. So every restart was fucking wild, since they were all trying to fit around just that one tight groove. So, yeah, man, I don't where do we begin with these 2 races?
I mean, Xfinity was just, honestly, I felt like it was a normal Xfinity race. People spun, people came back, but the last lap, I'm gonna not forget that one for a while. That was bad.
I could not believe that. I thought something was wrong with them or something was wrong with the car or something. It almost looked like that. I couldn't believe it. For a second, I thought Alfredo was gonna like nip at him there, and then we were gonna have a 3-car battle. But
I don't know, man. See, Burton was just fast. I mean, he blew the doors off Alfredo. I remember they were doing the mile per hour average thing, and he was like a mile or 2 an hour quicker every lap than Alfredo and Gregson. So I knew he was coming, but my God, I've never seen. He made up like half a second on the last lap, and he sold the farm off into 3. And poor Gregson, man, I wanted him to win so bad. I like him. I wanted him to win so damn bad. I think he's going to make Martinsville exciting. I know he's good there. We got to see him win. But damn, I wanted to see him win. I like Noah. I know everybody hates Noah, but I like Noah. I think he makes it exciting.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. I didn't really care who won. I was just rooting for a good finish, and we got one. But I was kind of happy. Then he didn't make it. So then he's gonna send it to Martinsville, I'd imagine. But kind of sad we won't be there for that. But oh man, I still can't get over it. Like all he had to do was just park the bus, man. Just park the bus. I couldn't believe he gave it up. He caught him in like, what was it, 6/10 in the final lap or some shit like that. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Then 3 and 4.
I think when Harrison got right up on him too, that upset the car even more because he was already tight. He said he was plowing tight. Because I think he did back it up a good bit because there's no way Harrison could have caught up that much, especially with how quick they were going around there. So I guess he just backed it up, and when Harrison got to him, he pushed even more, and that was it. But God, that was pain. That was one of those pain memes.
Yeah, I can only imagine what he feels like. Could you imagine your ticket to the Final Four right there? Basically, a must-win, and all you got to do is get through 2 corners. It's right there.
Fuck in his interview.
I didn't even hear that. I saw some people talking about it, but I didn't even hear it.
He looked over at the front stretch. And he went, "Oh fuck, man, I'm sorry." And then he carried on with his interview.
That's awkward. Yeah, I saw Dale Jr. was talking about that. He put it on his Instagram story. Going back to when he got fined in 2004,
cost him a championship.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know. Looking back at it, I'm surprised NASCAR really, because Noah Gragson's done that before. I mean, I'm cool with that. Look, everybody's heard them words before. They know what they mean. But I don't think that's. Obviously, you don't want people cussing on live TV, but I don't know. Yeah, Payne is a Dale Jr. fan.
I think it's more of a network thing. I'm sure, because the network can get fined.
Yeah.
So I guess, I don't know. I'm sure that has something to do with it. I don't care if they fine him money, but I'll never understand why they fine Junior points. Yeah. Now, he was a habitual offender, though. He was bad about it back in the day. He used to, more often than not, it seemed like he cussed in an interview. So that may have something to do with it. Noah actually dropped 2 F-bombs on live TV in one day. Just the first one was a hot mic, and he didn't know he was on TV.
Oh, damn.
But the second one was... Poor Noah. I just feel bad for him because everybody shits on him, and then...
They might start taking away points. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
That would suck, though. That's fucking horse shit, but,
Yeah, it's stupid.
It is what it is. Truck Series, though, that was a... Man, all right. I still haven't got to the bottom of this, but what made Ben Rhodes dump what's-his-face? I don't understand, because I didn't see what happened. I just saw the end result. Did they ever show it?
He apparently just ran him up the track. I don't know. I didn't see the whole thing, or the whole race, because I was at my little cousin's first birthday party. But I had it on my phone, and I saw that. And from what I was able to gather in the interview, he was saying that Eckes ran him up the track, and he was just trying to collect his truck, which obviously is bullshit.
Yeah.
And then Chandler Smith was mad at Tanner Gray, or whichever one of the drag racing brothers. So he was already destroyed. And apparently he was going on a rant on his radio and wasn't listening to his crew chief and left early, and then lost a wheel under caution. So now part of his pit crew suspended until after Daytona.
I heard about that. Yeah.
But he went and he wrecked Rhodes in the last lap to get revenge for Eckes. And then that took out Josh Rayoum. And Rayoum said on the radio that if ThorSport doesn't give him a brand new truck, he's going to wreck whoever their biggest contender is at Martinsville. So
I want to see it. Yeah, I want to see that shit.
And then Eckes is also, he tweeted at Matt Kenseth asking for pointers. So he's going to try to take out Rhodes. So it's ought to be a good one.
I'm here for all the beef, man. I don't know if it was deserved. I was really disappointed because everybody knew what the fuck Ben Rhodes did, and then he tried to back it up and say he was trying to gather up the truck. Oh, my ass. Either come out with it or just fucking he just bitched out, man. Either just fucking own up to it. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't own up to it because you never know. You never know if they're going to penalize you or not. And it worked. If they can't prove that you did it on purpose, then it's just like Bubba. Remember when everybody's like, good for Bubba for admitting that he spun out on purpose or whatever at Texas last year, and when he did it, they fined him? I wouldn't admit the shit. I'd do exactly what Ben Rhodes did. I'd wreck that motherfucker, but I wouldn't admit to it.
Yeah, see, that's where it gets slippery, man. I respect that side of it, but oh man, I don't.
Early in the season, if I did it, fuck yeah, I'd admit it. But when you're talking going into a cutoff race, fuck no. I mean, I'd say I had a heart attack and my hands came off the wheel before I admitted to intentionally wrecking somebody.
Fair point. He fucking got him good, though, I tell you that.
Yeah, he taught that son of a bitch a lesson. That was one of those where he got out of the truck slow, too, and limped to the ambulance thinking about what he had done to it. Yeah. Whether he deserved it or not, I don't really like Ben Rhodes. I don't care. But Ben Rhodes made his point. But Eckes made his point, too, with the double bird, and I'm sure he'll make his point at Martinsville if he's still upset.
That's one of the greatest NASCAR pictures we've gotten in a long time. Ben Rhodes driving off with Eckes the double bird. That is whoever took that picture, great job to you, sir. That was a phenomenal picture. I'm here for all the beef, man. I like it. I hope what's his face. That's the one thing I feel bad about. I don't like it when top teams get to horsing around and being pussies, and then they take out some family-owned teams or whoever in the back that just trying to get to the end of the race. I don't like when that happens. But
and they were running really good too. Because they were up there in front of some of those big teams and got wrecked in the last lap by that deal. I don't like that, but
that stinks. So I hope they either give him a new truck or he fucking yeets somebody at Martinsville.
The thing is, though, he's mad at Ben Rhodes, but that wasn't Rhodes' fault. That was Chandler Smith, but he is still mad at Rhodes. And even after Rhodes explained what happened, Raum tweeted that he can't trust what he said because he said that he didn't mean to wreck Eckes, and he obviously did. So it just seems like he wants to wreck Ben Rhodes. I don't think he really cares who's at fault. He just wants a Thorsport truck.
That's all right. Maybe at Martinsville he'll get lucky and line both of them up at the same time, just full throttle one of the corners.
Well, probably what it is, he's seen Thorsports run a hell of a lot better than KBM this year.
Yeah,
so fuck that! I want a Thorsport truck.
Oh shit! All right, well that's out of the truck series. Again, a pretty wild week. We're still waiting on this damn Cup race, but fuck, man, you realize how much of the Cup race there still is to go? I forgot it was a 500 miler, and then so we only got through 50 laps of it. We still got a ways to go, but as it stands, what is it? Clint Boyer leads. We'll make some picks. I guess we'll repick here eventually, but that's what Texas is looking like. And once again, great move on the podcast, moving it to Wednesday. Because we got big news. It was everybody knew. The news was coming, but hey, we timed it right with the announcement. So Kyle Larson to the 5 car. I like it. I'm excited. The 5 car is coming back. I don't know about you.
Yeah, me too. I think it's gonna look cool. That's a good looking number.
Yeah, I agree. I'm super man. Who would have thought? I think I said it last week, but who would have thought, man? 2020 Hendrick or 2021 Hendrick lineup. Kyle Larson, which. Going back a couple years ago, everybody kind of figured he would end up there at Hendrick anyways, but not how he ended at how he went through the process of going to Hendrick, and then Alex Bowman, fucking Chase Elliott, and Bill Byron, the All-Star 4.
Yes, man. I mean, a lot of people say that it was looking likely that he was going there next year regardless, but man, what a timeline.
Yeah,
I wonder how many drivers, if their careers going down the shitter, are just going to start saying offensive things, see if they can make something stick, get out of their contract. Just go on iRacing, start saying bad words. But man, I'm happy for Larson. I think he's changed his whole outlook on life. I think he'll be more appreciative of his Cup ride. Because I think even he said he wasn't that appreciative. Or not appreciative, I don't think that's the right word, but you know what I mean. He took it for granted.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of lit a fire under him, and I think he's going to be really, really good. Maybe not next year because this high downforce bullshit, but some of those other races that aren't using that, or maybe when a new car comes out, I think we're going to see big things, big meaty moves out of Kyle Larson. It's a multi-year deal too, ain't it?
I didn't know. I didn't see any specifics.
I'm pretty sure they said multi-years, so that's That's going to be interesting. See how long he's there. I don't know how many years is multi-year, but I know it's more than one.
So what about Chevy now? Are they like, did they publicly do anything? Like, because they dropped him, right? So it's like, what do they do now? They just like, not acknowledge him?
A few weeks ago, they put out a statement that they were satisfied with basically saying they were cool with him again after all the shit he had done.
Oh, all right.
And some of the interviews he had done. So I don't know if they'll be like fully backing him or what, but obviously they're open to having him. I'm sure if they didn't want him, they could have stopped this.
Yeah. I was just thinking because I would imagine it's just a skosh awkward, probably, especially when the season starts back up. But I was just scrolling through the Team Chevy Twitter account. I didn't see any tweets about that, but I was just curious. But yeah, there you go. All right, Kyle Larson to the 5 car. Woo! I'm excited. I really I enjoy watching Kyle Larson drive. I'm excited. I think when the new car comes, it's gonna be really perfect. Everybody's kind of back on an having a stroke. Level, even playing field, kind of. And everybody kind of starts off fresh with the new car. I think it's probably when he'll let her rip. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He'll probably pick up a win or two. I would imagine next season, but we'll see. I'm excited to see what he does. All for Hendrick. Should be a good time. Anyways, I want to talk about IndyCar. Yeah, that's right, man. We had the IndyCar Championship finale. I really didn't watch as much as I wanted to. Did you see it at all?
No. I didn't even know it was on until I saw that botched newspaper article the next day.
Oh no, what was that about?
They said, I think they got the driver right. So they said Penske driver Scott Dixon stands with poses with the trophy with Roger Penske, and it was Scott Dixon and Chip Ganassi.
Oh no, that's terrible. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people didn't know it was on. I had forgotten about it basically until it something made me realize it was coming on. I think it was an ad or something while I was watching. I don't know what the fuck. Anyways, I didn't know it was on until it was like 4 laps into the race. Shout out to IndyCar again. Expert marketing, like usual. Well, anyways, yes, so Scott Dixon won another championship. Whoop-de-fuck-a-do. One of the best to ever do it in the IndyCar series. Just barely edged out Joseph Newgarden, who, again, really fucking good, really fast. But Scott Dixon, man, he started out the season, he won like the first 3 races, I think, so it was kind of over anyways. But hey, at least Joseph, props to him for making it a fight. Yeah, that's really about it. It wasn't a pretty IndyCar season, I'll tell you that. It was actually pretty gross, to be honest with you. This is probably the least I've given a shit about IndyCar this entire season, out of all the seasons I've watched. And yeah, they got a lot of tweaking to do. The schedule does not look promising next year. The least they could probably do is hopefully make the aero a little bit better with the windscreen, whatever the fuck they call it. I don't know, but yeah, with only three ovals they go to, it's not looking good. And they killed off the Freedom 100. I just want to go on a small rant. For those of you who don't know what the Freedom 100 is, well, take a break from the podcast and go on to YouTube and search up the Freedom 100 and some of the finishes it has had. It's the only Indy Lights race that's worth a shit. It's the only Indy Lights race anybody ever really watches.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, I care about this.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so it's usually it's on Carb Day. It's part of the Indy 500 festivities. It's always a big deal, man. And it's a really fun race. It's really the only reason we ever go to Carb Day, and it's a fucking awesome race, dude. It really is. It's like, what is it, like 50 laps. It's only usually about 80 or 88 people. I think there was 8 or 9.
80 people in the stands, 8 people on the track.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's I'm trying to remember what happened last year or when we went. It was Chris Windom. I think that was near Chris Windom almost died going up into the fence. Somebody spun it under caution, and I think it was Jared Andretti. I want to say it was him. It might have been somebody else. It was somebody. I don't know. Anyway, somebody spun under caution. Somebody also died under caution. Like the car broke. So they ended up starting. I think they had 11 cars. They ended up with 9 or whatever started. But it's like they do that shit every year. They only have like 10 cars max. But it's like the best fucking race ever. I don't know. It's like it's like the only realistic like you could do a shit on iRacing. It's funny because we've been doing this for so long, and it's like the most realistic, like from sim to real life, just fucking race there is. It's crazy. It's just like it is on iRacing. It's like super drafty, and you can actually basically run 2 or 3 lanes wide at Indy because the cars, they're just not fast enough, right? So they got a lot of grip. They're super drafty. It's just fucking, it's madness, and it's crazy, and they fucking they just put on a show every single year. Long story short, IndyCar was like, nah, we're not doing it this year. I don't know why the fuck. I tried reading into it. Roger Penske's pissed about it. Everybody blames Roger now because he owns everything, but there's still a lot of other assholes apparently that are involved that ruined this one. I'd like to think that it'll come back because, again, it's a fucking awesome race. It needs to be back. But yeah, so they ruined that. I'm pissed. I don't even know what the fuck the point of going to the track is now on Carb Day, but you know, I guess they're running on the road course now. I'm just pissed. I don't even know what to say. I'm just really upset about it. I don't know. It was a good run. I really hope they bring it back, but it's really gonna hurt not seeing it. If we can even go back to the track, who fucking knows? And F1. Pierre Gasly got extended today, so he'll be back with the AlphaTauri. So both the Haas cars, I know you know Romain Grosjean and his dumbass, and there's Kevin Magnussen, the 2 Haas drivers. So they're both out at Haas for next season. So
Oh man.
yeah, that's right. So they're basically the 2 OGs of Haas. They've been around for a while now, and yeah, so now they're both out. And so now we see who they put in those cars. Right now, I guess Mick Schumacher is in the possibility range. There's a handful of drivers. George Russell still isn't totally. His contract's up in the air from what I understand. He's a bright young star at the Williams, currently the worst team. Nicholas Latifi's apparently locked in. It's good for him. He's fucking awful. But yeah, we'll see what George Russell does. We'll see what Haas does. Sebastian Vettel, I don't know if you know this, but he's going to be with Lance Stroll now in the pink cars, but they're not going to be pink. Actually, they might be a little bit pink.
Wow.
Yeah, big move.
Wow.
Vettel's really falling the fuck apart, like really bad. It's like he's forgotten how to drive. It's so weird. I don't know. He just sucks now. Charles was hossing at the most recent race, and Vettel's just fucking off back there outside the top 10. I don't know. It's I don't know if he's gonna have a much better time at the Racing Point team, but I don't know what the fuck their team name is now. But yeah, they're teaming up with Aston Martin, so they're gonna have this whole. They might have some watermelon looking fucking cars now with some green and pink and shit, but yeah. So the biggest news out of the weekend, Lewis Hamilton finally got his 92nd win and is now the all-time leading winner in F1, which is just fucking crazy. 92 wins. I'm not going to say he's the best to ever do it, but he's definitely one of the greatest. And the thing with Lewis Hamilton, man, and I'll keep it short, it's just like not only is he one of the best drivers, but he's also got like one of the best cars like ever in comparison to the rest of the field. There's just a discrepancy. So when you put really good driver with best car on grid, you get a lot of wins. So there you have it. But it is pretty cool, man. I don't know if that record's ever going to be broken. Probably not, but we'll see. And we'll see how far on he can add on to it. So anyways, Bottas, yeah. So Lewis Hamilton won Bottas, and then Verstappen was the podium this most week. The Portuguese Grand Prix. It was kind of a cock tease the entire race. Thought it was going to rain. It did rain a little bit. The opening couple laps was fucking awesome, and then it was boring the whole rest of the way, which kind of sucked. But the opening laps, it was really cold too, and it was kind of raining here and there. So Carlos Sainz ended up starting on the softs. I think he had a lot more grip. The Mercedes started on the mediums, so he drove to the front, and he led the first handful of laps, which was really cool to see. Kimi Räikkönen went from like 17th or 16th to 6th in the first lap, which was fucking cool as shit. He was letting it rip, and then he ended up just getting one by one passed, and he ended up finishing 11th. Almost got some points. Sebastian Vettel finished 10th. Fucking Lewis Hamilton lapped all the way up to 5th place. Only 4 finished on the lead lap. And yeah, so the first couple laps was pretty good, and then it just was kind of boring the rest of the way. Lance Stroll had an interesting race. I think he spun twice. Ended up cutting somebody off. There was he had an interesting moment with I don't know if we talked about this in practice. There was big how do Formula One fans say it? It's not controversy, it's controversy. It's yeah, they had a moment in practice where they wrecked, where Max Verstappen was on the inside and Lance Stroll was on the outside, and they just collided going off into turn 1. And F1 fans do things backwards. So, as most Oval fans would say, it was Lance Stroll's fault because he didn't give Max Verstappen any room. But by Formula One fan standpoints, it was Max Verstappen's fault because he didn't have, he wasn't ahead of him going into the corner. But there was still some controversy. Verstappen was on a hot lap. Stroll wasn't. I don't know. Either way, they collided. It's Formula One. There isn't much else to talk about. I don't know. I just think it's funny how you have these practice incidents and just the. I don't know. That's just what I like about F1 and how different it is. Because NASCAR would be like somebody would get their ass beat. Everybody, there'd be the one good guy, there'd be the one bad guy, and then that would be it. F1 fans, they just kind of bitch back and forth about whose fault it was, and none of it really makes any sense. All right, that brings us to the. I think. Hold on a sec. I do want to see where F1's at. Sunday, November 1st, the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. What the shit is that? I think that's is that Imola? I think that's where they're at. Yeah, Italy, Imola. It's like the third Italian race of the season. So, all right, cool. That's another. There's this. That's the thing. We're on a string of tracks that haven't been on the schedule in years, and this is another one, I believe. So it's a nice little stretch. It's a lot of tracks. This most recent one was really, really cool with a lot of elevation changes. This will be another cool track to see some formulas at. All right, mailbag. Let's get it.
All right, so we're doing a condensed mailbag this week because we're up against the clock for the Cup race coming back on here in a few minutes. askmoonhead@gmail.com. Send in your questions. Y'all know the drill. First question comes from Slow Motion. Hey, Travis and Cozy. What are your guys' favorite dipping sauce for your chicken? Mine is a mixture of ketchup and mayonnaise. Keep up the good work. I like honey mustard. Or at Zaxby's, I like Zax sauce.
Yeah, dear honey mustard. That's the thing, though. I'm kind of, I don't know. I some honey mustard's good, but some fuck it up. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
I'm not picky with dipping sauces though. Ranch. I got this Buffalo Wild Wing like sauce. I got at Walmart. It's like this Asian Zing, I think it's called, something like that. It's really good. It's really good. I think that's what it's called. Either way, it's really fucking good. I use that for my chicken nuggets.
All right. Gary Sack writes, hi, Travis and Cozy. My question for this week is, how did both of you discover iRacing, and what kind of race did you meet each other in? Also, question for Travis, as he has more experience with this, I think, than Cozy does. I own a NASCAR league on GTA 5 for Xbox. I was wondering if you have any advice on recruiting drivers and making sure they can race clean, because lately right now, we only have 7 drivers, and most weeks we have 5 or 6 show up, and I would like more drivers participating to make it more fun. So I'm gonna be honest. League ownership in the GTA 5 NASCAR realm is not my my strong suit.
I don't think it's anyone's strong suit.
Yeah. Honestly, you may be killing it if you're getting 5 or 6 people to show up. To be honest, you may be killing it. I don't know, man. I really got lucky with my league. I wouldn't say that we have the greatest drivers in the world.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect too much out of a GTA league. I'm just going to put that one out there. But
I wish I could help you. I don't just find people that work and surround yourself with good people. And it works good if you have a group of friends that can kind of be the core of the league, and then have some outsiders that come in and do the rest. So
best of luck to you. So
advice. Yeah, good luck to you. You're a braver man than I am. Shit. I lost my spot in the question. The first part was how did we find out about iRacing and what kind of race did we meet each other in? I found out through NASCAR.com. Just they used to do little articles on like the Pro Series back then. I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. Watched some YouTube videos and ended up on there on a laptop and then an Xbox controller. And then me and Cozy met in a league called ATCD. Anyone that could drive.
Oh yeah, good times. I don't remember what got me into iRacing. I really don't. I don't know if I saw an ad somewhere or something.
Was it Preet? Did Preet have it first, or did you?
No, I got it first. I got it like a month before he did, and I was showing him, and he signed up then too. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but yeah, it was the same. Signed up with my laptop and my. I actually had a wheel at the time. I was using that $60 GameStop wheel that I got to play NASCAR 2011 with.
Oh yeah,
and I had the suction cups and shit. Oh, it was great. It only turned 90 degrees, but that led me to my first ever career win on iRacing in the back then the rookie Legends division. Good times. I was actually looking at my split the other day. I was scrolling through my iRacing profile, and you can go back and look at your certificates and stuff from your first wins, and it's got the race split and everything. It was pretty cool.
Oh god. Yeah, my official racing career never went well because I didn't even know about like license promotions or anything like that. I just went in there with an Xbox controller. It was fucking shit up.
What year did you get on iRacing?
2013. So it was like a year after you. Well, not a full year after you because I got it early 2013 and you were mid to late 2012.
Nah, I got it in February. It was February.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. It was
2012. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's been so long ago now. It's crazy how long it's been.
See, that's the thing. People always like. I think we talked about this. I've wasted a lot of money on iRacing because 2013 I got it early 2013, and then I quit for several months, and then late summer I came back with a wheel. It got a little better, and late 2013 through late 2014 I was on it like constantly. And then 2015, 2016, and part of 2017, I don't even know why I had iRacing. I probably ran 20 races total that whole time. Well, I take that back because we did run MLE, and it was street stocks though, so it was on NASCAR big tracks, so it was just wide open. But like that was really all I ran. I ran that season, and that was it. So yeah. I don't know why I'm rambling about that, but yeah, we met in a street stock league called Anyone That Could Drive, and it had some of the worst drivers I think we've ever raced against. It was pretty bad. I remember my second start, I got put on probation because there was this guy, I forget his name. I'd know it if I saw it. He had talked a lot of shit, and he ran me over. So I went up there on my Xbox controller, and I tried to give him a shot in the ass. But I couldn't because I was on an Xbox controller, so I just ended up right rearing him to call shit at Thompson. And then I got put on probation in the league and got a 1 week suspension too. I think. Yeah, so I've always been this way.
Yeah.
Crazy Butt, and they spelled butt wrong. Crazy Butt writes, sorry for my shit question last time. I understand why you didn't answer it. My question this time, if you could play video games from only the 2000s or 2010s for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Oh, man, 2010s, man. That really opens it up because pretty much every game we play right now, I can't think of a game that I play that was released this year besides Microsoft Flight Sim.
That's when they used to make games good.
Yeah, 2019, man, I tell you. Hell, I don't know, man. Rainbow Six Siege hasn't let me down.
When did wait, what was the time frame?
2000s to 2010s.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Thunder 04.
I mean, yeah, probably to 2010. You said
no, or the 2010s. So all the way up to 2019. That's what I'm saying. Rainbow. I would have said Fortnite, but I burned myself out on Fortnite.
Oh man, that's my entire gaming career.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be any game I've ever played. Midnight Club LA was pretty good. Thunder 04, yeah, but it would probably get old eventually. I'd have to say something multiplayer, like probably Rainbow Six Siege or
yeah, Siege.
Probably Siege. I feel like that's the one we always end up going back to. So that would be it for me.
Oh man. Do we have to pick one game? This question really threw me for a loop.
Wait, my question this time is if you could play video games made from only the 2000s or only 2010s. Oh, we're not even answering the right question. I think he means games from the 2000s or games from the 2010s. What would you choose? I'd say 2010s because games have gotten better.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with the classics, but the newer games you can just do so much more with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have so much more longevity. Yeah.
You got DLCs and shit too.
Yeah, the games are just so much more to them. But that was kind of a weird question too. What was this question last week? Do you remember?
No, we didn't answer it. That was the thing.
Oh.
I could probably find it. Let me see. Let me look for a crazy butt in the mailbag. I don't even see him last week, so I maybe it was so bad Gmail just saved us. Oh no, yeah, I can't find it. All right, next question comes from Fabio Martins. Hey, Travis and Cozy. Hope you guys are having a good day or night. I got a PS1 at a garage sale for $10, and I want to buy some games for it. You guys have any personal favorites or recommendations? I'm also watching the Truck Series highlights. And what in the heck were the Thor Sport trucks doing? Have a good rest of your week, and thanks for reading my question. Yeah, we don't know about Thor Sport. Those boys aren't right. Besides Zenfinger, I like Amfinger. PS1 was before my time. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't start playing video games until I got a PS2.
Yeah, it was kind of before my time too. I never had one, but Preet had one, and we actually played that a good bit. I don't remember what we played on there. It's been years. I remember I want to say it was like NASCAR 2001 maybe. For whatever reason, that game was really cool because the high side worked out pretty good. I remember we had some great battles at like Atlanta or something. And one of us was on the top, one of us was on the bottom. But that's really I didn't really play it a whole lot whatsoever. So
I had that game, but on PS2, or maybe it might have been backwards compatible or whatever in the PS2. But either way, NASCAR one, that's a good game. That's an underrated NASCAR game.
Yeah, I remember that one being really solid. Yeah,
had Dale in it too.
Yeah, Dale.
Brian Graham has our last question. Disregard my other question. What country music recommendations do you guys have? I'm gonna let Cozy go first.
Oh, you sure you don't want to go first?
No, you go first.
Well, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I'm not that big into country music. I live just a little bit too close to West Virginia and Pennsylvania for me to like country music. So some of it I do like though. Most of it's pretty shit though. Sorry.
I mean, honestly, I would agree, but you just have to know where to look.
Yeah, Travis has got me on some of the better stuff. Just like the more modern, like I don't know what you'd call it, but like some.
There's ways to describe it, but we'd probably be taken off the air. But like Luke Bryan and if you catch my drift. Anyway, for me. As far as mainstream people go, people you could hear on the radio, the only one that I can really like tolerate right now is Luke Combs. He's got some good stuff. But as far as like me listening to a lot of country music, it would have to be the old like Waylon, Willie, and Hank, and Johnny Cash. Yeah. And then there's some modern guys though, like Tyler Childers. I got Cozy on some.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were listening to that on the way to Bristol. Yeah, that was a good time. I like that stuff. Yeah.
Sturgill Simpson's pretty good. Shooter Jennings is really good.
I got some Shooter in my playlist. You got me saying that.
Yeah. See, Shooter's good people. Nice guy. Some of the most awkward photos I've ever taken have been with Shooter Jennings.
It's true.
I don't know, like neither one of us are very photogenic guys, and we'll just be like, hey, let's get a picture, and then we both just kind of look opposite directions while somebody takes a picture. Man, I need to have like a segment. I can't wait for the Rona bullshit to be over so I can go back to a show, because some of the shit I see just like watch it, because I'll go on the bus with them and I'll sit and I'll just look out the window at the people walking by, and man, people watching at a Shooter Jennings concert is some of the most fun you will ever have. But yeah, those are the main ones. There's some other ones out there I'm sure I'm forgetting, but I'd say right now for me it'd be Sturgill Simpson, Tyler Childers, and Luke Combs would be the main ones I'm on right now, and then of course Shooter and Waylon, Hank, and Johnny. So yeah, that's the mailbag this week. I know it was condensed. We didn't get to everybody, but I think we're kind of not really in a hurry this week, but we're trying to speed things up a little bit because of the race. So with that being said, we're going to jump into the wacky news this week.
Ooh.
There were a lot of stories this week that could have taken the cake. There was a video going around social media of a backyard wrestler jumping off of his top rope during his entrance and breaking his leg.
Oh.
I think the kids would describe that one as gnarly. It was pretty. It gave me a feeling throughout my body I haven't felt in a long time.
Was it one of the gruesome ones?
Yeah,
split in half and shit.
I'm no doctor, but that leg was broke. I can tell you.
Okay.
So that was pretty interesting. So we had to settle for 2 stories this week. One's worldwide. One is condensed to Florida. And the headline actually starts with Florida man, so you know it's going to be a good one. So, the Huffington Post reported this. Florida man stole bulldozer, ran down Biden signs. A 26-year-old man has been accused of stealing a bulldozer from a Florida construction site and driving it into a neighborhood and knocking down campaign signs for Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden, according to authorities and homeowners. The man took the bulldozer in Haines City on Saturday and repeatedly destroyed Biden signs in full view of people who live in the neighborhood. Witnesses said. James Blight was charged with grand theft auto and trespassing, according to Haines City Police Department. So what's weird is there's not like a vandalism or something here, because he's destroying these people. I'm sure he's doing damage to their yards. I don't know how much a Biden sign costs, but I'm sure it costs something. I wouldn't be happy if somebody destroyed my campaign sign I had in my front yard.
Yeah, what the frick?
That's not changing anybody. Have you ever ran by somebody's house and see them have a sign and be like, you know what? I like the way their grass looks. I think change my mind. I'm going to vote.
It doesn't really make any sense when you think about it. You think they'd put something on there like this is what this candidate's going to do. No, it's just their name. Like, I know who they are. What are they going to do? I don't know.
Yeah. Like, if it just said, like, low taxes or fucking world peace or something, I'd be like, fuck yeah. You know, maybe. I like their yard and I like their ideas. I'm going to vote for this guy. But just a fucking name, like Jim Smith, like, cool. Like, I don't give a fuck about
let's go with, next presidential campaign. Let's march in there and propose our idea of actually putting something useful on the signs. And
some of them do have, like, I mean, Trump with the MAGA stuff. At least that's a slogan and not a name. You know what it's associated with. I saw one sign in town. It's an anti-Biden sign. Imagine that in Georgia. It said, "Say no to Sleepy Joe and the hoe."
And the hoe.
Yeah, and the hoe. I guess they're implying Kamala or whatever is a hoe. I don't think I'd put that in front of my house. I just feel like it's kind of trashy. I feel like an above ground pull or a tire swing will do the trick.
Here's my question though. This guy, so he stole what did he steal?
A bulldozer.
Hey, what's the fucking? Well, he couldn't just pull him out of the ground himself. He needed
you got to prove a point. You know what I mean? It's not the same effect if you just pull the thing out of the ground.
I think he could have dodged Grand Theft Auto, just pull him out of the fucking yard himself.
This man had passion. He was looking to prove a point. One of the former vice mayor, actually, of the town, Adam Burgess, he lives in the Central Florida neighborhood. He said, this man came onto my property, took the 2 Joe Biden signs I had in my yard, and then came back with a bulldozer to run down my fence. So this man meant business. He was
not just the signs, but the fence too.
Yeah, fair. He said, if you're voting for Biden, you don't deserve a fence.
Yep.
So, very passionate man. Now he's going to, I wonder, so how's this going to work? I guess if he's not convicted before November 3rd, he could still vote. Because if you're a convicted felon, right, you can't vote. Isn't that one of the things?
I'm not sure, but I guess.
So I guess as long as he doesn't.
Yeah, maybe he voted early. Maybe he already got it out of the way, and then he was like, all right,
yeah, vote early, then get your felony. Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. All right, so for some less political news, well, I guess this isn't political. I don't know. They may have done it for political reasons. You know, some people. I hate when people do like they break a stupid record and they're like, "Yeah, I'm doing it to raise awareness for this," and it's like you could have just made a sign or something. You didn't have to go fucking jump off a bridge with a bungee cord tied to your ankles or whatever. But this guy was breaking a Guinness World Record. UPI.com reports. Man covers body in 140 pounds of bees for Guinness World Record. A Chinese daredevil achieved a Guinness World Record when his body was covered in more than 140 pounds of living bees. Ryun Liangaming had multiple buckets filled with bees dumped over his head in Yichun City. Oh, man.
You okay?
Sorry. No, I just got a phone call from... My classes are canceled tomorrow because of the hurricane.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. Anyway, Lianming's complement of bees weighed 140 pounds, 6.95 ounces. The congregation of insects was enough to earn him the world record for heaviest mantle of bees. This guy's a dumbass. Let me tell you, why would you do that? Why is that the record you want to hold?
I mean, maybe he really likes bees.
Bees? Do you realize if they all sense something at once and sting you, you are dead?
Yeah, I don't want to. Where the fuck they find that many bees, anyways? That's gonna be a lot of bees.
They probably start at the hive.
Yeah, but like, it's gonna be a big ass hive.
How do you get them all in a bucket and weigh them? And then how do you dump them on this guy? I guess they covered him in honey or something.
I mean,
which would be even worse. I'd rather just be stung by bees. It'd be. And how do they get him off? Do they just kill all those poor bees?
They get the stroking.
Fucking start slapping him. I get those competitive slap boxers or whatever. Come out there and just slap the fuck out of him. But yeah, I don't get that, man. There's always, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it's cool. Good for him. He's got a world record. I don't. But I'd rather not have a world record than have to cover myself in honey and bees.
Yeah, there's got to be a lot of world records out there. I'm sure there's probably one that's a little easier, a little bit probably more comfortable. But hey, you know what? Maybe he owned a beehive or something, or owned a big population of bees, and I don't know.
Well, the thing is, if you want to break a world record, just look at the book, find something that's not listed, and do that. You don't have to fucking... cover yourself in bees like this jackass. You could, I mean, has there ever been like a world record for most mailboxes opened? You know what I mean? If there hasn't, go open a mailbox. Boom, you're a world record holder.
Did they like interview this guy? Did they ask him like, hey, yo, bro, why are you doing this?
Not in this article, but I'm sure it was probably politically driven. You know, I'm sure he was raising awareness for something. I'm sure he was. Because that seems to be the trend these days.
I am now aware I don't want to try that challenge. Thank you.
Yeah, there we go. So that's it. So yeah, there's our wacky news stories this week. There's been some good ones, but I was thinking back, a radio show I listen to from time to time, they do something called the Taser Report, and they did one the other morning. They just give funny stories of like reports of people getting tased. And years ago, they did one. A guy got tased in his eyeball. Outside of he was outside of a place called One-Eyed Jack's.
Oh my god.
He got tased in his eyeball. But yeah, we're just looking for stories like that. So if you have any leads, send us the weird stories and
imagine getting tased in your eyeball.
I'm sure it's smart. I've never been tased.
I haven't either, and I don't plan on it.
Well, the thing, that hook going in your eyeball would have to hurt.
Yeah, because you gotta pull that shit out. How the fuck you get that out?
Oh, God.
I don't want to think about that anymore. All right, let's move on then. We got our we're gonna repick for Texas. One thing I did forget to mention over in the big Indycar news, Marcus Ericsson, multi-year deal. That's right, he's coming back. That's my old OG teammate from F1 2017. He was over there in Formula One there for a while. Made the move to IndyCar a year or two ago now, yeah, he's actually done pretty good so far. So he's going to be Dixon's teammate, I guess, for another year or a couple years. But I'm happy for Marcus. He's a really cool guy. Anyways, Who did you originally pick for Texas? Because mine didn't pan out so far so good.
It was either Harvick or Hamlin.
I think you picked Hamlin because I picked Harvick, I think.
Yeah, okay. Then yeah.
How's Hamlin doing? Do you know?
I don't know. I think I'm going to change my pick, though.
Okay.
I'm going to change it to Alex Bowman.
Ooh, solid pick. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to repick because Kevin Harvick fucking walled it. Although it didn't really, I don't think it's too bad. He's already lost his track position, so we'll probably want to see from him again. Where the hell is he running at right now? I don't know. I got it up. Clint Boyer leads the way. Hey, Jimmy Johnson's in second. Wow. All right. I guess this is probably going to cycle a little bit because some of these guys still have yet to pit, I think, right? I don't know. Because Clint Boyer wasn't up there before, wasn't he? Same with Jimmy Johnson. Didn't he have a problem or something?
What channel is this program on? Oh, never mind. I wasn't live. Yeah, I don't know because I was paying not much attention. I saw it start raining, and then I saw that Rick Ware car wreck because it was raining, and I saw people hit the wall because it was raining. And then,
damn,
3 days later or whatever.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick's 36th right now. Yeah, he's got some.
They're firing the engines.
Yep. So we're gonna wrap this up real quick. Last note: Quinn, unfortunately, he's still running. He had a problem with his steering. He lost power steering or something like that. A line broke or something. Either way, they repaired it. He got actually kind of lucky because he had to bring it down pit road and then they had to bring it back in the garage. And that's right around the same time it started raining and they ran a bunch of laps under caution. And then obviously they stopped the race. So, he's 12 laps down, which basically kind of ruins, you were kind of basically rooting for a shit show at this point. As many cars want to junk it, so that way Quinn can pass. But as for like passing a lot of these other guys, it's going to be kind of tough. But could have been a lot worse. So still can pick up a lot of spots depending on how long this race goes on and how many people junk it and how many problems we get. But yeah, it kind of sucks. Although they've had a good year reliability wise as compared to the last couple of years, but. Kind of sucks, man. 500-mile race to have an issue like that so early on and still have so much to run now all the way to Wednesday. But so it goes. But that's gonna do it. Anything else you want to say for the podcast this week?
Oh, I'm ready to be disappointed with Texas, but I'm excited for Martinsville.
All right. Should we make Martinsville picks too?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Who are you picking?
I'm gonna pick Chase Elliott.
I'm going to pick Brad Keselowski.
Bold picks as always.
Yeah, bold predictions. All right, well, yeah, I didn't really think about that, but that's going to take us basically to Martinsville, so we'll catch y'all hopefully next Wednesday. As long as none of my CPUs die in between then again. We appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you so much, and we'll catch y'all next Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern.